Well, summer is coming, and so we want to recommend a few books for summer reading. Firstly, if you're part of a growth group, you'll know that our studies this term have been based around the book Love Your Church by Tony Merida. This is a great book about what it means to be part of a church family. And we know that lots of you are finding those studies really helpful. So if you'd like a copy of this book to read alongside the studies, we do have some spares and you can order them. But we also want to recommend a couple of smaller books from the Love Your Church series. So these are shorter books that really focus in on a particular area of church family life. The first one we're recommending this summer is Welcome by Jen Oshman. This is an easy read, very warm, designed to help us think about how we can welcome others into the church family, how we can create a culture that reflects the welcome of the gospel. Jen has lived and served in various places around the world, and so she brings a wealth of experience to this issue and has got lots of interesting stories to share. The chapters are all really short, full of wisdom and practical advice. I've read this a couple of times, found it helpful. I think you will too. And then the second book in that series that we're recommending is Serve by Steve Robinson. One of the great privileges of being part of a church family is that we get to serve God by serving one another. But we know it doesn't always feel like a privilege. We can lose our motivation, we can become weary and discouraged. And if you feel like that right now, I think this might be a welcome tonic for you. Steve really addresses some of the barriers to serving, why we can find it hard to persevere in serving for the long haul. And he offers some motivation and encouragement from scripture and from personal stories. And we're reading this together as a staff team at the moment and finding it really helpful as we think about how we can love and serve you well as church family, and we think you'll enjoy it too. And then the last book I'm recommending is a bit different. This is Faithfully Present by Adam Ramsey, embracing the limits of where and when God has you. So this was one of my top reads last year, and I can't recommend it highly enough. We know in our culture how easy it is to feel pressure to be everywhere and do everything all the time, and how exhausting that is. But God has created us with the limitations of time and place and circumstance, and these are good gifts. And so in this book, Adam really shows how we can learn to receive the gifts of time and place with gratitude, and how embracing our limits rather than fighting against them is the way to know greater joy and freedom in the Christian life. So it's a bit bigger than the other two books, but actually the chapters are very short, and Adam writes in a really fun and chatty style, so it's very easy just to pick up and put down if you only have a few minutes at a time to read. So yeah, a few recommendations for you. We hope that you'll buy one and it will do you good.